From afar, life in the foothills of majestic Diran Peak in Bagrat Valley seems laden with heavenly solitude. But if you ask Qabil Shah, he would strongly disagree. Next to his ancestral home, Shah had built an abode for his wife and 16 children. For centuries, their ancestors had learned to cope with the hazards of nature and adapt to the changing weather conditions. Shah, however, finds the mountains less friendly now.
Here used to be my home, which was devoured by massive floodwater flowing from the top. My cattle were all lost in the torrent. Now everyone knows that my wife and children are living in the neighbor's home.
He was lucky to escape loss of lives as his family had gone to attend a wedding.
Collapse of a glacial lake in these mountains ravaged our pastures and homes without mercy. Even graves of my parents and forefathers were also carried away.
Only a year ago, this stretch of over a kilometer used to be a lush green farmland with fruit trees, pastures and streams, none of which survives now.
When lakes collapsed in 2010, these two conjoined villages were devastated, with flood wiping out over 400 households from the earth.
Over a kilometer downstream on the opposite side of the river lives Mirzada Khan. He never feared steep mountain slopes, thinking his home was at a safe distance from gushing water and landslides.
Around 10 a.m. I was working in the field with my family when a torrent emerged and drowned my cow and horse. We could hardly save our lives.
Sturdy and hard-working Mirzada is doing his best to restore his farmland well ahead in time, but he has limitations. Flooding from the river just below Mirzada's home in the valley washed away dozens of houses and cattle sheds. The community did lose livestock, but no loss of life occurred again, thanks to nature's own early warning system.
When water stops flowing for a week or 10 days, we realize that the lake is about to burst. We abandon our low-lying homes, which cannot stand huge quantities of gushing water. We lose our farmlands, but take away most of the livestock.
While residents of Bagrat Valley have their own name for the phenomena, popular science terms it Glacier Lake Outburst Flood, Glof.
A Glof can occur when a lake contained by a glacier dam fails. This can happen due to erosion, a buildup of water pressure, an avalanche of rock or heavy snow, earthquake or volcanic eruption under the ice, or if a large enough portion of a glacier breaks off and massively displaces the waters in a glacial lake at its base.
Realizing the vulnerability of the mountain communities amid massive after effects of climate change and global warming, the government of Pakistan, with funding from the Adaptation Fund and technical expertise of UNDP, has initiated the project Reducing Risks and Vulnerabilities from Glacier Lake Outburst Floods in Northern Pakistan in May 2011. Bagrat Glacier and its valley became the site for Pakistan's first Glof project. The second pilot site is in Chitral. Popularly known as the mountain tsunami in the making, Pakistan's 52 hazardous glacial lakes pose cumulative threats to Glof owing to its snowballing nature. Climate change has just recently already taken its toll on the Pakistan Army troops, 138 of whom have been buried alive in a massive avalanche in Siachen Glacier, while the nation has still not overcome the damages of infamous landslide forming Atabad Lake. During its 4-year time frame, the project aims to achieve 4 outcomes. Strengthened institutional capacities to implement policies, plans and investments to prevent losses from Glof events, improved access of disaster management planners and policymakers to information and research, introduce early warnings and other adaptation measures, project experiences documented and replicated. As of now, no provincial government is equipped to single-handedly deal with the challenge of Glof.
As DDMA, I don't have the capacity to develop such type of structural mitigation to safeguard the community from the consequences of that Glof.
For once, there exists the desired level of synergy within the community, government and external donors.
Local government है और हमारी national level.
Local as well as federal governments are all on board. Besides the mountain communities, we also have the support of relevant NGOs and donors to deal with challenges posed by Glof.
We are working on the early warning system. We are working on the community organizations to help themselves how to deal with when it happens, like melting of glacier happens. And it's also important aspect of it is also the regional cooperation. The glaciers are spread around the Himalayas and Karakoram Mountains range. And we are working with UNDP programs and also ISMOT and the government of other countries like Nepal, Bhutan, India, to work together, to learn together, to have a better lesson learned.
For dealing with the challenges of nature, institutional harmony is only one factor. There remain many slips between the cup and the lip. The biggest obstacle just may become nature itself, as the monsoon season sets in and multiple lakes are formed in the vulnerable Bagrot Glacier.
The interventions will contain modern instruments relating to met-related warnings to the community so that they are better prepared in case of Glof disasters. And we will also make structures downstream so that structures like check dams, like retention walls, gabion walls.
Like Kabul Shah and Mirzada Khan, their community has also opened their hearts and doors for the Glof team only after just 2 visits. The Bagrot residents wish to do everything to preserve the glacier at any cost. It has already melted and shrunk by 300 feet. If the glacier keeps melting and Glof continues to ravage the population, this community of Iraqi origin may not remain intact as well. The success of twin pilot sites not only secures these vulnerable communities, but also carries the promise of replication of the experience elsewhere in the glacial regions of Pakistan. It's the north that is going to benefit from the Adaptation Fund initiative. But sweeter fruits may come to the other regions of Pakistan and the world at large.